Playing at a position that's dependent on footwork, Rashad Jennings has quickly gained traction in his new lead as the Giants' starting running back.
I'm fighting to prove that I'm a complete back. That's somebody who can catch the ball out the backfield, knows how to protect the quarterback, do everything, 4th and 1, 4th and goal, 3rd and long, 2nd and short. There's no reason to come off the field.
Both versatile and ready, he's a renaissance man in cleats. His teammates have playfully nicknamed him, quote,
one that I stand strongly behind is, the master in the art of living shows little distinction between his labor and his leisure, his mind and his body, his love and his religion. He simply pursues excellence at everything he does, leaving others to determine whether he's working or is he playing. But to him, he's always doing both.
After playing 4 years in Jacksonville and 1 in Oakland, Rashad came to New York as a free agent.
So I'm curious about a lot of things in life. Being in New York City, I'm just like a kid and getting to know the minds of some of the people who are responsible for the things we see daily. He's been preparing me everywhere he's taken me. And now to be in New York as a Giant. I had to overcome many giants to now actually become a Giant. And so I'm thrilled, I'm humble, I'm excited that God wanted me in New York. For whatever reason, but I definitely see his hand on my life.
What is it about this NFL platform that accentuates your spiritual growth?
Distractions help me grow. You're either going to be distracted or you're going to distract somebody. If I can recognize distractions, it's a good thing. I only can recognize them when I'm headed in the right direction. I try my hardest to live from a reference of scriptures and let that be my, mirror. Every day I got to be able to look in the mirror and say that's the guy that I'm trying to become. And I always tell people it's nothing special about me. I'm in a special position.
But the positioning comes from a place of strength after Rashad maneuvered around and through childhood obstacles.
I was hospitalized. I was close to my deathbed because of asthma. Barely could breathe. The doctors told me that I'd never be able to play sports. I cried, and that was a tough moment in my life. Through prayer and determination, I woke up one day and said I'm gonna run and get in shape to the point where I can outrun asthma.
And he has, with no setbacks. His breathtaking success has since become a second wind of encouragement for those overcoming medical hardships.
What does your name mean?
Rashad means a wise counselor. I think we all, at some point in life, find our shoes being inside a counselor. It's just whether we're aware or taking ownership over it in that particular time.
Rashad's time came as a freshman while in college at Pitt, when his dad lost his legs to diabetes. Rashad returned home to Lynchburg, Virginia, transferring to Liberty University, where he had a distinguished collegiate career.
When my father had his legs amputated, I couldn't do nothing but cry. Couldn't even fathom not having legs. Doing what I do for a living as a running back, it would be impossible. Every time I see my father, I see a picture of him, I'm always reminded that I have them, and so I must run. In life, I'm always going to be running because of the things I had to overcome.
For an NFL rusher whose legs run hard and thoughts run deep, you'd think a New York arrival meant his career was finally hitting stride, but not Rashad. Hitting his stride came from that very first lesson when he learned to never be caught flat-footed.
When opportunity presents itself, it's too late to prepare for it because that opportunity is in that moment.
Rashad learned a valuable lesson during one high school game.
I was the short, fat, dorky kid with glasses and asthma. I rode the bench. I didn't have anything looking up. Like, I really did not play. We're playing against our high school rivalry. They went through a variations of injuries, so they absolutely had nobody else to turn to. And I remember the coach yelling, "Rashad, get in the game, get in the game." Go in, first play, first carry, 30-yard touchdown. 14 plays, and I scored 4 touchdowns, 2 on offense, 2 on defense. And at the end of the game, that Tennessee scout who came to watch the starting tailback, he pulled me aside and said, "Rashad, I couldn't help but to notice you, but you got potential." Now, when opportunity presents itself in every aspect of my life, when nobody's looking, I'm always preparing.
And always learning, a self-taught discipline that started in college.
I'm always trying to figure out how do people do what they do. So I wanted to pick up a new craft outside of what I was learning and outside of football. Taught myself how to write my left hand, played the guitar, and that I learned every card trick I could figure out. Why not? We will never be 100% excellence, but there are moments in our life we can exercise being excellence, and that's only because of the love of Christ. And I have to be perfect, and I have to, and then the measure of it and what it looks like. The perfection was lying in grace for us to fall in mercy and understand who Christ is.
Rashad Jennings, the thought-provoking running back, whose steps follow his Savior in a never-ending run.
What is it about Jesus Christ that wins you over daily?
I see a man that was perfect. I see a man who knew where he was going and wasn't ashamed to live for something bigger than himself, and who wasn't fixated on deteriorating anybody's faith to bolster his. But he was so convicted in his faith that he made everybody else question theirs. He's a man of love. He exemplifies it, and he's somebody that I want to follow.